Just do it.
You just open and roll call, Steve. That's it.
You got it.
Okay, yeah,
All right, you are live.
okay.
Humming. Hello. It is 6:00, and Michelle, can we have roll call, please?
Mr. Lawton,
Here.
Mr. Coutu,
Yeah.
Mrs. Saint Amand,
Here.
Mr. DiMartino.
Here,
Great. Can we have a motion to go into executive session according to Rhode Island General Laws 42464 and
I move that we go
42465?
into, I move that we go into an executive session.
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right.
Certainly. The West Warwick Public Schools, in partnership with the entire community, is dedicated to providing all learners with access and opportunity to a challenging, comprehensive education while developing 21st century skills in a safe, personalized learning environment.
Thank you. Pledge of Allegiance. Rainey, could you lead that, please?
Sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We have a motion to seal the executive session minutes, please.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Rainey,
Second,
second by Sue. All in favor?
Aye.
Karen, Superintendent's report. It's all yours.
Okay, thanks, Steve. Good evening, everyone. There's a lot to talk about today. A lot of it's on the agenda already. So the only thing I'll address in my remarks at this point are upcoming spring events. If you remember, last spring, everything got canceled, in person at least. We did a lot of things virtually. The good news is this spring, the Department of Health has approved some in-person events with limitations and modifications, but I think that's great news. As recent as today, things are moving really fast. We've been asking RIDE and the Department of Health all year about in-person spring events, prom, graduation, award ceremonies, not just for the high school, but for the elementaries as well. And so literally just in the past week and as recent as today, we got the updated playbook from the Department of Health that gives us the guidelines for any in-person events. So the good news is we will have some. The challenge is that we are still going to have to follow very strict guidelines in terms of numbers of people, social distancing, cleaning and disinfecting, mask wearing. So just to keep that in mind that, graduation will be in person. It will be on site at the West Warwick campus, and we're still refining the details, but there will be limitations and guidelines that we have to follow. And all of that will be spelled out once we define, based on today's information, what's allowed, what we can do, what we can't do. But yeah, so that's really great news. Last year's senior class, I think that the folks at the high school did a great job in providing a lot of virtual opportunities for them. But it wasn't the same, it was not an in-person graduation. So I'm thrilled that this year they will actually have an in-person graduation. So many more details to come for that. And again, as well as the elementary moving up ceremonies. So RIDE today approved the high school guidelines in their tomorrow actually have a work group convening around elementary K-8 in elementary and middle. So all of that will be upcoming in the next couple of weeks. So we're headed in the right direction. But I'll just add that we're not there yet, and we still need to follow. I think the new governor uses the word discipline, be disciplined in following the rule, the health and safety rules. So that's it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, number 12, discussion approval of the consent agenda. A, open session minutes, March 9th, 2021. B, executive session minutes, March 9th, 2021. C, the payment of bills of $1,587,000 $1,239.63. And D, home instruction plans. We have a
I'll
motion
make
to
a
approve.
motion.
Motion by Sue,
Second.
second by Joe. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Financial update? There he is.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi, Joe.
Just a quick, I have a brief update tonight. As of March 31st, we've utilized 61.7% of our FY21 amended budget that you'll see in the attached report. As reported at the last meeting, the district's now receiving full state aid, which was originally budgeted, and it's approximately $2 million more than the amended budget shows today. We're utilizing those funds to help prepare for the next fiscal year and provide added support for children and staff. You'll see various lines with negative budget balances. There are lines, the lines that are impacting by these purchases are explained in the report, but just to give you a brief overview, you'll see a negative or an overdraft balance and other technical services, which is related to, we added a registration module to our Aspen program, and 2 more programs were purchased to further improve security for staff and student information. You'll see that the textbooks line is overdrawn. Those are primarily for high school science textbooks that have been purchased. We do plan on purchasing, actually, I just put the requisition through today for social studies textbooks for the high school. Technology-related hardware is overdrawn, and you'll see that's because of student and staff Chromebooks that we purchased in advance for next year. As we go forward through the rest of this year, there'll be other lines for other purchases that I'll bring to your attention as they come due. Also, of course, there is no school lunch deficit currently at this time. And that's really all I have to report, unless anybody has any specific questions for me.
Thanks, Joe. I just want to mention again what a great job Joe's done all throughout this year. He always does a good job, but this year in particular, with the COVID relief funds we've gotten, the timeline of when we received our state aid was very delayed. And then we got COVID relief money. We weren't sure when that would come. So he's really done a great job keeping the district going, and we had what we needed on time, and just to juggle all of those funds. So thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Good job. All right. I believe 14. This could be a good one. Discussion approval plans for students returning to in-person learning.
Okay. So if you recall, a few meetings ago, we talked about the CDC had changed the guidance for in-person learning for student seats to be, originally it was student seats needed to be 6 feet apart. And then they changed the guidance to say they could be from 3 to 6 feet apart. So we discussed and decided that the district would consider what that would mean, what it would look like, and the possibility of bringing more kids in person learning if they should choose. So tonight, after much thoughtful consideration and planning, and our district task force meets weekly with input from all of the stakeholders in the district, we proposed this plan tonight. It's a brief outline with the considerations we took into play as we made our plan. So what we propose tonight is a tiered reentry for some students for in-person learning. Now, just to recap a little bit, sometimes the media is misleading, where they've been talking a lot about schools reopening. Well, we've been open all year. If you remember, at the beginning of the year, at the end of the summer, we proposed 3 models of instruction: a full distance learning model, 4-day in-person model, or the hybrid 2-day model. And parents were given the choice which one they wanted, and then we started the school year. So we've been open all year. Now, throughout the year, there have been several cases where parents or students requested a change in model, and we've been able to accommodate that the best we have accommodated that the best we could. And there are some people that are on waiting lists because there wasn't a space available for the particular model that they were looking to switch through. So just to kind of set that stage to how we started the year. So there's a lot of factors that have gone into our decision making for the possible return of some students. and these are some, but not limited to, always with health and safety in mind first. We look at the number of positive COVID cases, and I'll be honest that this is a concern at this moment in time. As you've seen on the news, West Warwick is a hot spot, meaning the numbers of cases have risen recently. And we've seen that happen in the district as well. From February, March, and April, we've seen a steady increase. In April, we're only halfway through the month, and our number of positive cases is half of what February was for the whole month. So there's no doubt we've seen an increase in our own district in positive student cases. Now, the Department of Health reports that this spike they're seeing in the kids in particular is the variant of the virus that they've talked about for a long time. Now, as recent as last week, the Department of Health, we meet with them weekly, indicated that right now they don't have any data to support that spike is going to decline right away. So that's a concern. I don't want to go into any further of this explanation with a false impression that there's no virus in the, no positive cases of virus in the district, because there are, and we're seeing an increase. So I just want to make sure everybody's aware of that. And that the Department of Health has also changed the protocol of when there is a positive case in a classroom, the whole class quarantines, not just the close contacts. So that's one of the downsides of bringing more kids into a classroom. They're closer together. So now the whole class quarantines instead of just one student. So I just wanted to make sure that was understood before I roll out the rest. So we consider the positive cases, we consider the changes in CDC guidelines, and now we have the flexibility to go from 3 to 6 feet. So we consider that. We consider meeting the needs of our students and always maintaining a healthy and safe learning environment. So with all these factors taken into consideration, in accordance with CDC health and safety guidelines, we propose the following as a safe plan for some students to return to in-person learning after April vacation. We'll continue to support all 3 models of instruction. So we will still have a full distance learning option, a hybrid option, and in-person. If you're a family and you're happy with your students' current placement in a model of instruction, you can stay there. In other words, all students are not going to be required to come back. For this year, for the remainder of this year, RIDE has allowed us to still offer these the 3 models of instruction. Next year, we will be full in-person in September. There won't be an option for hybrid or distance learning in September. But for the remainder of the spring, we can still offer those models. So if your student is a full distance learner or a hybrid student, and that's where you want them to stay, you still have that option. So we recommend a tiered return of students. So these things have come into play in us being able to offer this change. So the class roster size has been raised from 13 students in person in the classroom to 18 for in-person models. So when and how we got to that number is that when the CDC changed the guidance, our facilities department went into a typical classroom and actually measured out, and they did a calculation in terms of how many feet between desks, the square footage of the classroom. So how many additional desks could we place in a classroom staying within the CDC guidelines of no less than 3 feet? And the calculation was made that way. So based on that, there's more available seats in the classroom, again, a typical classroom. So we propose to bring kids in this tiered manner. So tier 1 would be right after April vacation. Students who have been on waiting lists and some special populations of students will be considered for their requested change. We're going to, this includes switches all of the models. Some people are on a distance learning model and want to be in person, and some are in person and want to be distance learning, depending on available space. So the principals will prioritize their waiting lists. They are best suited working with their teachers to consider those placements or model switches for students because they're most familiar with their students and families. So that's tier 1. Tier 2, once we address the waiting list, then we'll consider a second tier of model switches depending on, again, several factors, but not limited to any change in CDC guidelines. In other words, if they allow desks to be closer than 3 feet, which would allow more desks in a classroom. Very importantly, and I think maybe the most important thing, is a decline in the current local spike. Certainly, if we see this spike of positive cases amongst students increase, I would not recommend increasing the number of students come in, especially if the CDC does not change the guidelines around 3 feet. So tier 2, the task force will continue to meet. We actually meet tomorrow to consider, what would tier 2, how would tier 2 roll out? In other words, what students would be considered and prioritized at that rate. But again, it's going to be contingent on those factors. So we're committed to health and safety of our school community since the beginning of the pandemic. By strict coherence to the guidelines for the CDC and RIDO, we've been able to maintain a healthy learning environment. In order to finish the year strong and healthy, it's important for us to continue all health and safety measures. We've certainly had our fair share of cases in the district, both staff and students. There's with varying degrees of the disease. We've been really fortunate in that haven't lost anybody. I know there have been some people that have been very sick, but they've recovered. So it's proven that we're doing the right thing. We're getting through this. It's very difficult. It's very challenging. I know we're at that point in the year where it's spring and it's getting very busy, and I know people are taxed, and this hasn't been an easy journey, but I am convinced we're doing the right thing because we're getting through in one piece. So that's what I propose as our tier 1 return for some more students to be in person, and then with an ongoing consideration for tier 2 as soon as it's safe and we can allow more students in classrooms.
So Karen, just so I got this right, tier 1 is pretty much anybody on the waiting list, and then this.
Yeah, so tier 1 would be people who have been on a waiting list and any special populations of students that teachers have considered in coordination with the principals. So self-contained inclusion classrooms.
Okay.
And so.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So it says discussion approval. Is this something we should be?
Yeah, you need to vote on, please.
Yeah,
I'll make
so
a motion. Oh,
I'll second it.
Motion, seconded, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
15, discussion approval of the 2021-2022 school calendar that we all have.
Thank you. And Michelle had emailed that today. We're a little late on making it for the packet on Friday. So in short, the first day of school for grades 1 through 12 would be Tuesday, August 31st, with kindergarten starting on September 1st. And the last day of school, which would be a half day, would be June 16th. The state put out a statewide calendar, just like they did last year, with only a few things that are held consistent. And probably the biggest ones are February and April vacation. So every district in the state now will have the same February and the same April vacation. There's 4 built-in PD days, statewide PD days. those are the only days in the calendar that will be virtual learning days, other than inclement weather days, but we'll talk about that at another meeting. And that's per the state calendar. So there'll be four, and it's indicated on the calendar, there'll be 4 days that will be virtual learning days for professional development for the teachers.
So these poor kids used to get the whole day off and now they have virtual learning.
Well, that's just
Progress.
for PD days. We'll talk about inclement weather days. We've got a thought around that too. We'll put that on another agenda.
You got to have a snow day. All right.
There might be a
16.
compromise there.
Discussion approval. Oh, wait a minute. We didn't.
You've got to
approve the
vote on
calendar.
it, Steve.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
You're muted, Joe.
All right, I move that we accept the calendar. As
I'll
well.
second it.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, 16, discussion approval, new course proposal, Cybersecurity 2, in additions to West Warwick High School 2021-2022 Program of Studies.
Members of the school committee, I recommend that there be a discussion/approval of a new course proposal, Cybersecurity 2, in additions to the West Warwick High School 2021-2022 Program of Studies, as all noted in your packet. And I just want to give a shout out to Principal Hassel and her team at the high school. They're always very thoughtful about new programming, new programs, courses, and how to enhance programs and opportunities for kids. So this is all great in the right direction.
I like this one. Is this a pathway or no, just a study?
This is a course.
Just a course.
Just a course, correct.
That's a good one.
It's a good one. I agree. I move that we approve this.
Motion by Joe,
Second.
second by Sue, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Number 17, discussion approval, updates to the West Warwick High School 2021-2022 Student Handbook.
Members of the school committee, I recommend there be a discussion/approval of the updates to the West Warwick High School 2021-2022 Student Handbook. And again, it's nicely outlined in your packet. Principal Hassel and her team have done a thoughtful job as always.
Can we have a motion to approve the updates to the handbook?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Rainey, second by Sue, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, 18, discussion approval, second reading of some policies here. The first one is rules and regulations governing student activity to be deleted.
Members of the school committee, I recommend there be a discussion/approval of the second reading of the rules and regulations governing student activity policy, and I recommend that be deleted. And as we've talked about in several meetings, a lot of these outdated policies are either in law, so we don't need a policy, or covered in the handbook or some other place.
Yep. We have a motion to approve the deletion of that.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Rainey,
Second.
second by Sue, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. B, class gifts to school to be deleted.
I recommend that there be a discussion/approval of the second reading of the class gifts to school policy. Again, that's already noted in state law.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Sue,
Second.
second by Rainey, all in favor?
Aye.
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 And the last one, drugs, tobacco, and alcohol to be deleted.
The last one, I recommend there be a discussion/approval for is the second reading of the drugs, tobacco, and alcohol policy. Again, that's noted in state law as well.
I move that we approve.
Motion by
I'll
Joe,
second.
second by Sue, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Number 19, discussion approval, first reading of policies, Title 9?
Title IX.
policy?
Members of the school committee, I recommend there be a discussion/approval of the first reading of our updated Title IX policy.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Bear with me, guys. Number 20, approval, maternity leave request, second grade teacher, J.F. Horgan Elementary School.
Members of the school committee, I recommend that you approve the maternity leave request of a grade 2 teacher at John F. Horgan Elementary School.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Sue,
Second.
second by Joe. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next one, 21, approval. Parental leave request, grade 3 teacher, Greenbush.
Members of the school committee, I recommend that you approve the parental leave request of a grade 3 teacher at Greenbush Elementary School.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Rainey, second by Joe. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. 22, discussion approval of layoffs. A, special education teacher, Greenbush Elementary School, effective at the end of the 2020-21 school year due to realignment of staff due to anticipated student need and enrollment.
Members of the school committee, I recommend that there be a discussion/approval of the layoff of a special education teacher at Greenbush Elementary School effective at the conclusion of the 2020-2021 school year due to realignment of staff due to anticipated student need and enrollment. And that teacher is Amanda Egan.
Karen, before we vote, is this what we talked about earlier that,
Yes,
Okay,
it's noted in the note. This is part of our typical staffing process every year as student placement changes because of kids moving up grade level or enrollment changes in numbers in the district. Then we have to see where we need our staff. So these layoffs are part of that process. As an example, I'll make up an example. If there's 50 kids in grade 1 year and we have enough staff to staff 50 kids, those kids move up to the second grade and we only have 30 kids in grade 1 the next year. We may have to move some staff from one grade level to another. So in other words, the realignment of staff with numbers of kids at any different grade level, these 3 layoffs are all part of that process. Now we can go on.
Lou's not here. I was so usually Steve would ask for a motion and then lose his backup and he's not here. So does anyone do you want to make a motion?
Well,
I'll
I
make a
move that
motion.
all right, Steve, Rainey did it. I second it. So Rainey, you're in charge.
Okay.
All in favor? Aye.
All approve? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, great. Thank you. So the second item, I recommend that there be a discussion/approval of the layoff of a special education teacher at John F. Deering Middle School, effective at the conclusion of the 2020-21 school year due to realignment of staff due to anticipated student need and enrollment. And that teacher is Danielle Palazzo.
Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
And I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Gonna steal his job, Rennie.
Okay, and the last one is I recommend to the school committee that you approve the following layoff, a special education teacher at John F. Deering Middle School, effective at the conclusion of the 2020-2021 school year due to realignment of staff due to anticipated student need and enrollment. And that teacher is Erica Barek.
Can I have a motion?
Yeah, I move that we accept that.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so we are. Okay, so we have item 23A. Is that what we're on?
That's
Yeah.
right.
And then we have a discussion approval for rescission of non-renewals.
Yes, members of the school committee, I recommend there be a discussion/approval of the rescission of the following non-renewals. A grade 4 teacher at John F. Horgan Elementary School, Kyle Turcott.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And B is, I recommend that there be a discussion/approval of the rescission of the non-renewal of a grade 1 teacher at Greenbush Elementary School, and that's Kelsey Hannigan.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hey, Steve's back. All right, good.
Ronnie
that.
took over your spot, Steve. He was ready to move right in.
I know, that's why I had to jump back here quick.
Run. On C, Steve.
What number we on?
C.
See,
I'm sorry.
23.
23C.
Oh,
okay, I recommend that there be a discussion/approval of the rescission of the non-renewal of a grade 2 teacher at John F. Horgan Elementary School, Amanda Keenan.
I'll make a motion.
motion by Sue,
Second.
second by Joe, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. D, grade 3 teacher, Greenbush.
I recommend there be a discussion/approval of the rescission of the following non-renewal of a grade 3 teacher at Greenbush Elementary School, Savannah Hagan.
I'll
So,
make a motion.
Motion by Rainey,
second.
second by Joe, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And now we have some resignations, 5 of them. You want me to read them one by one?
Yes, we should do
Okay.
them one by one.
First one, full-time special education, self-contained life skills program teacher, West Warwick High School.
Members of the school committee, I recommend that you accept the following resignation from a full-time special education, self-contained life skills program teacher at West Warwick High School, effective 3/31/21, and that is Jessica Hassel.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Sue,
Second.
second by Rainey. Any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
B, grade 1 teacher, Greenbush Elementary School, effective at the end of the 2020-2021 school year.
Members of the school committee, I recommend that you accept the resignation of a grade 1 teacher at Greenbush Elementary School, effective at the conclusion of the 2020-2021 school year, and that's Kelsey Hannigan.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Sue,
Second.
second by Joe, all in favor?
Aye.
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 And I'll
C,
just,
great, ooh, I'm
yeah, I
sorry.
just want to add that we thank Kelsey for all of her work and service to the district. And we hope that there's an opportunity in the future for her to work with us again.
Great. Grade 2 teacher, John F. Horgan School, effective at the end of the 2020-2021 school year.
Members of the school committee, I recommend that you accept the resignation of a grade 2 teacher at John F. Horgan Elementary School, effective at the conclusion of the 2020-2021 school year, Amanda Keenan. And I will make the same remark that Amanda's done a wonderful job for the district, and that I hope that in the near future, there's an opportunity for her to work with us again.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Sue,
Second.
second by Joe, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
D, grade 3 teacher, Greenbush Elementary School, effective at the end of the 2020-2021 school year.
School committee, I recommend that you accept the resignation of a grade 3 teacher at Greenbush Elementary School, effective at the conclusion of the 2020-2021 school year, Savannah Hagan. And I bet you know what I'm going to say. Savannah's done a great job. She's a wizard, and we're so happy when she joined us this year. And I really, really hope that there's an opportunity in the near future for her.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Sue, second by Rainey, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are we on 25 now?
No, E.
24, all right, I lost track, I'm sorry. Grade 4 teacher, John F. Horgan Elementary School, effective at the conclusion of the 2020-2021 season, school year.
I recommend that the school committee accept the resignation of a grade 4 teacher at John F. Horgan Elementary School, effective at the conclusion of the 2020-2021 school year, Kyle Turcott. And likewise, Kyle did a great job for us and was a welcome member of the school community. So we hope there's an opportunity for him as well.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Sue,
Second.
second by Rainey and Joe, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And now we have some new hires, announcement of new hires.
Yes, and there's a lot of them. So the first one, I am thrilled actually to announce the hire of it's a new position actually. Elementary schools assistant principal has been awarded to Kathleen Winslow. Kathleen's been an elementary teacher in the district for a long time at Horgan. She's a wonderful elementary teacher who's had her admin degree and has helped us out countless numbers of times when we've needed assistance, sometimes for a few months at a time. And she held the ship together over at Horgan, and as well as some other district duties and responsibilities. So we're thrilled that Kathleen has accepted that position, and she will start on July 1 of this summer. So congratulations, Kathleen, and welcome. Well deserved.
Congratulations, Kathleen.
Congratulations, Kathleen.
Thank you.
We'd also like to announce the hire of another new position to our Property Services Facilities Department that we've been trying to add for a long time. And with the recent changes in demands in the department, especially around COVID and ventilation and old buildings on top of everything else that a small department needs to accomplish, we're adding a assistant facilities director. So I would like to announce welcome Christopher Mann as the new assistant facilities director. And he is going to start Thursday. So we welcome Chris. He's a wizard as well. So it's always good to see when some of our graduates come back and keep us moving along here. So we also have a part-time special education teacher assistant, the self-contained inclusion building floater at Wakefield Hills, Shannon Kowalski. A part-time bus monitor, bus number 4, Cameron Gelch. Teacher leader, program coordinator, special education grades K through 4, Pamela Pettis. School psychologist and school social worker to consult and collaborate with our family navigator through the HES at Quinn, and that's Krista Messier as the school psychologist and Lori Kelly as the social worker. Our after-school intervention senior support credit retrieval program teacher at the high school is Lisa Flanders. After-school programs for at-risk students, intervention tutorial and peer tutoring teachers at the high school are Christopher Torum, Wayne Brusso, and Kristen Giorgio. Her after-school social emotional learning program at the high school are Kelly Gallo, Rosario Tramontana, Brianna Silvestri, Kristen Giorgio, Ann Godin, Amy Irons, Dana Pepito, Alyssa Rubino, Carol Ann Silvestri. After-school ramp-up program at Wakefield Hills, Stacy Duva, Nicole Tutalo, Brooke Kelly, Rachel Montanaro, Jill LePage, Jamie Fielder, and Marie Drum. After-school ramp-up program at Horgan, Carol Buffery, Amanda Keenan, Lori Peters, Jacqueline Cressman, and Teresa Thornbury. After-school emotional learning program at Greenbush, Nicole Parente and Amanda Egan. After-school science, technology, engineering, art, and math at Greenbush are Kelly Hersey. Co-assistant co-ed football coaches at the high school, William Samiagio, for the fall 2 season. If you remember, football got moved from the fall till now. And the reappointment of our athletic coaches for the 2020-2021 school year, fall 2, which again, they're living right now. High school head co-ed football, Dave Cato. High school co-assistant co-ed football, Gabe Vieira, Michael Hernandez, and Louis Colon III. High school girls volleyball, Joshua Malloy, and high school assistant girls volleyball, Daniel Perry. Continuation of fall 2 sports, middle school head boys soccer, Tyler Coburn, middle school head girls soccer, Frank Gregory, and middle school co-ed cross country, Andrew Larson. And the spring sports effective 4/26 are high school head girls fast pitch softball, Brian Palazzo, high school assistant girls fast I need a drink. Hold on. I'm talking too much. I'm getting tongue tied. High school assistant girls fast pitch softball is Leah Hayes. High school head co-ed baseball is Richard Grenier. High school assistant co-ed baseball is Matthew Grenier. High school co-ed golf, Cameron Quinn. High school co-ed outdoor track, Wayne Marsacci. High school head girls outdoor track, Jeff Parental. High school head co-ed tennis, Greg Gonzalez. High school co-ed volleyball, Joshua Malloy. High school co-assistant co-ed volleyball, Daniel Perry. Deering co-head girls fast pitch softball, David Owls. Deering co-head girls fast pitch softball, Eugene Gallo. Deering head co-ed outdoor track, Andrew Larson. Deering assistant co-ed outdoor track, Jared Capriccio. And Deering head boys baseball, Robert Madonna.
Good job.
A lot of sports.
Good job. All right, the last two, discussion approval, administrative contract for the new Assistant Director of Facilities.
Members of the school committee, I recommend there be a discussion/approval of the administrative contract for Christopher Mann, Assistant Director of Facilities.
I'll make
We have a motion.
I'll make a
I'll make a
motion.
motion.
Motion by Rainey,
Second.
second by Sue. Joe, do you have something?
No, yeah, aye.
Aye. That damn mute button. All in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations there, Mr. Mann.
Congratulations, Chris. Welcome. Welcome.
And the last one, discussion approval, administrative contract for the new elementary school assistant principal,
Members of
Aubrey's
the
friend.
Yeah, okay.
members of the school committee, I recommend there be a discussion/approval of the administrative contract for Kathleen Winslow, elementary school's assistant principal.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Sue, second by Joe. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Kathleen.
Welcome.
And last but not least, we have audience of citizens, and I believe there's one person that would like to speak. So I guess, Joe, you'll take over and take care of this for us.
Leilani is in the audience. She needs to unmute herself so she can address the school committee.
Thank you.
So she is here, but she's still muted. So. And she will have to unmute herself.
Can you try messaging her, Jim? Oh, she's trying to get her mic to work. Okay.
Okay.
We'll give you a minute, Leilani.
If you if you'd like, you can call in and I'll put the numbers there. You can dial into this number so you can.
Poor woman waited 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I know. And you can email me your phone number if you'd like, and I will call you as well.
So just to break the monotony, so I have a young puppy dog. Well, he got my wallet the other night. I don't know if you can see this.
Oh, no.
But he ate 2 credit cards, ate half the wallet here. This is my new license.
Oh, no.
It's always something.
Yikes. That's inconvenient.
Yeah. shame on me for leaving the wallet on the wash machine 4 feet up in the air, right?
Jim, she's gonna email you her number.
Let's see that.
Okay, sorry.
No, no worries.
Oh, Steve, despite the fact that this isn't on the agenda and I'm gonna break my own trying to enforce the rules, what kind of puppy?
He is a rescue dog. He is half German Shepherd, half Collie.
Oh,
Come here, boy.
Wait, let us see.
He's learning how to catch a Frisbee.
Nice.
Yep.
What's his name?
Bentley.
Ah,
Cute. Oh.
oh, he's cute.
Oh, he is cute.
Ah, very nice.
My best friend, now that my boys moved out.
Yeah, that's what happens, right?
All right, keep going. Oh. A big jump for me. I used to have a miniature dachshund. Like this big.
All right, one moment.
Oop, I hear something.
I'm dialing her number.
Your message for 4016666
Gotta be kidding.
5856.
It
Maybe she
looks
didn't
like-
recognize the number, Jim, and didn't pick up. Try one more time. Let's
I-
call it a night.
Yeah, this is a good effort. So we'll try one more time and then I think we've covered our bases
All
here.
right, let me try one more time.
Leave your message for 401666585.
I think we all did a admirable job trying to hear her.
Yeah,
At this point, I'd like to have a motion to adjourn the meeting.
yeah, so moved.
Motion by Joe,
Second?
second by Lou, Rainey. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.